Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? How are we doing tonight? Wherever you are in this great big world, I hope you're doing all right. And I hope you are having a wonderful winter solstice, doing all funds of Christmas activities, Yule, or if you're Jewish, like some of my brothers and sisters, I wish you a happy Hanukkah as well. I would join in the Hanukkah festivities, but I am a non-practicing Jew. I know it's been a while, and, well, things have changed, and I've only told certain people about what's going on and what I was doing, but that can be a video for another time. Today, I figured winter solstice. According to Natasha Helvin of Slavic Witchcraft, Russian Black Magic, and let's see, Ancestral Realms. Winter solstice is a perfect time to commune with your ancestors through, what's that? Necromancy. And I figured, necromancy and winter solstice kind of go hand in hand. Can't tell you why, but it just does. But we're not talking about her books, although I highly recommend them. We are here to talk about my friend, scholarly colleague, Mr. Sean Fricks, and his newest book, Necromanteia Tarot. The fifth book in his Necromanteia series. 6 if you count Taoist necromancy, which you have to be pretty dedicated and knowledgeable of the Tao to operate that book. But this one, I received this back in October, right around Halloween, November. And this book is straight up a guidebook. It is a grimoire, and it is a tarot guidebook as well. And it is all about, check my notes here, it is all about using the tarot, specifically for the Necromanteia Tarot, which you can find a link in the description to Edgar Cavall's going to kill me that I never get his company right. Serious Limited Esoterica. Now, this one is $65 and will cost you about $95. I don't know if tariffs are on Colombian products, but at the time it cost me $90. And you can buy the special edition one, which Edgar Cavall's no longer doing special edition books that look like this. So it's being more cost effective just to make one book type. You can buy this and the Necromanteia Tarot for $100. So, or you can buy the tarot set by itself for $55, I believe, right around there. But I was fortunate enough for my friend and colleague here to gift me a set, so I want to do full disclosure. So, yeah, this is 193 pages of tarot spreads, a little bit of history of tarot, and then the last big chunk of the book goes into another section, which I'll talk about in a little bit. We start off with going over the history of tarot, like the recorded history of it, and then he gives us something to think about by possibly predating the use of tarot or the creation thereof. So, I'm not saying it's definite, but it's just a possibility. And then we go into the tarot spreads. I'm reading my notes here for the Necromanteia. And it gives you an exercise, which I will say this book gives you a lot of exercises for you to try. Mostly 7 card spread exercises, but I do want to make a note here. He subtly transitions from the 22 card deck that he has for this with the traditional tarot. So he does make it kind of subtle, and he does kind of go back and forth. Not necessarily a bad thing, but if you were to read Necromanteia Sorcery, that one is just straight up the 22 card tarot deck, Necromanteia Tarot. So he kind of goes back and forth on the decks. Again, not necessarily a bad thing, but it is kind of confusing because I personally found myself reading it and then I'm reading it as the special tarot he made, and then he'll start using court cards from the traditional tarot. And I have to stop him and be like, okay. So, nothing bad. And then we go into the magical attack section of the book, and it starts with a diagnostic or diagnosis, whichever, of the magical attack if you're being attacked magically. He gives his personal theory and viewpoints on magical attacks, and then he gives you so graciously an example spread to find out if you are being attacked. And that segues into the magical attack spread, which is the crown jewel of the book and the first big chunk of the book. And this covers lengthy bits as it covers the spread of to see if you are a victim of an attack, a 7-card spread that goes in depth and then goes into working with your guides or maybe possibly your holy guardian daemon or HGA if you go that way, your daimon, as maybe, but and then he gives you a spread to communicate with them, and then we end that section with spirits who have crossed over, and getting information from them. So, and you can take that as you leave it. Everyone's guides are different. I personally have not done it yet because, well, things have changed, and I'm not going to pretend you don't see this here and my fancy bookshelf here. And then he recaps with going through all of his Necromanteia tarot, giving the definitions and showing off the beautiful artwork. I don't have my tarot deck handy because it's still in some boxes that I have to pull out. I'm kind of waiting on getting another shelf, and I'm going to get a proper altar desk, or a desk that I'm going to make into an altar. My bookshelf's not going to be as fancy as this one with the light, but you know. But look at the Hermit, dude. Look how badass that is. The Hermit has vibes, okay? And then we have the Necromanteia contemplation exercise using the tarot. And then we have Magic of the Tarot, which he starts off with Jungian psychology a little bit, and then moving into synchronicities, and then using the tarot as a talisman. And then our next exercise is the Necromanteia pathworking. And then the second biggest chunk of this book could be a whole book in itself, and I even brought it up, that he goes into the Qliphoth with the Qliphoth introduction, and then goes into correspondences, nature of the shells, and all that. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I don't. Just because I am of Jewish ancestry doesn't mean that I know my people's magic. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to sit here looking stupid on top of already looking fucking stupid. So, but again, that could be his own book. But would I recommend this? Yes. It is a great alternative to other tarot books, like my beloved Aquarian Tarot. It has a guidebook. The Rider-Waite has its own garbage, guidebook. But if you're looking for solid definitions, this is not for you. But if you are wanting to blend necromancy with tarot, which, by the way, does go hand in hand, because that is a form of necromancy, is divination with the dead, this is for you. It's easy to understand. Like I said, it's 193 pages, but if you have the time and dedication, it could probably take you a day, or 2 days maybe, or a day and a half, I don't know. It depends on your reading skill, and again, if you have the time and whatnot. But yeah, this has been my review of the Necromanteia Tarot. And yeah, if you would like to purchase a copy, the link for it is in the description, as well as the tarot. But pretty much you can just click on one of them and it'll take you to the website and you can look for both. But now I do want to reiterate that since this is in Colombian, it's going to be in Colombian pesos, so it's going to look like $6,500, but it's not. Shit, I don't know. I'm going by October, and so the website may have changed. Funny story, when I bought it, the website kind of glitched, and it didn't show up that I ordered it, but it did, so. And if you have any problems, just message them, and they will get back to you as soon as possible. They're good about their customer service, which I wish I could say about a few other companies out there, but that being said, thank you for this review. I hope you found it informative. I don't want to give everything away. Oh, no. I want you, the magician, the sorcerer, the practitioner of the occult, to find out for yourself. I can only show you the door. You are the only one that can go through it. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. If you have any questions, comments, and or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you'd like to come find me, my links are in the description. And, yeah. I love you all. Cool runnings. Irie Ites.